Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. In today's class, we'll be starting with the part 2 classification of drugs, and in the previous video where we have seen definition, history, scope and development of pharmacognosy and source of drugs such as plants, animals, marine and tissue culture, and also we have seen organized drugs and unorganized drugs. In today's class, we'll be seeing the topics such as different classification of drugs such as alphabetical, morphological, taxonomical, chemical and chemo and serotaxonomical classification of drugs. First, we'll be beginning with the taxonomical classification. This is the systematic naming of organisms into similar groups, and plant taxonomy uses the gross morphology such as flower form, leaf shape, fruit form, etc. to separate them into similar groups. Now, for example, let us take a cinnamon bark where we have different groups and they are grouped in a different things such as kingdom, phylum, order, family, genus and species. For example, cinnamon bark which belongs to the kingdom of Plantae, division Magnoliophyta, order such as Proteales, family Proteaceae, genus and species respectively. Next class, we are going to see about the pharmacological classification. Purgatives examples are aloes, castor oil, senna, cascara. So what are purgatives? These are the drugs or the food which causes the bowels to empty. Next, we'll be learning about the cardiotonic drugs. These are the substances which improves the heart muscles contraction and efficiency, which leads to the better blood flow throughout the body. And examples of this are digitalis, quill and strophanthus. Next, we have the carminatives and GI regulators. So what are the carminatives? These are the drugs which relieves the flatulence. We have different examples such as cardamom, ginger, etc. Next, we have astringents such as catechu, myrobalan, and there are different drugs which are acting on the nervous system such as CNS, ANS, and antihypertensive drugs such as Rauvolfia which decreases the hypertension, then antitussives such as Vasaka, Tolubasam and Tulsi, and antirheumatics such as Guggul and Colchium. Next, we also have the anti-tumor drugs such as Vinca, Podophyllum root, and next we have anti-leprotic which is used to treat the leprosy disease such as Chalmungra oil, anti-diabetic, diuretic, anti-dysenteric. These are the different classes of drugs and which have the pharmacological action with their examples. We have different like oxytocic drugs such as ergot, vitamins, then enzymes, then perfumes and flavoring agents. Then we have pharmaceutical aids, then anti-inflammatory drugs, expectorants, local irritant. These are the different pharmacological action and their drug examples. Next, let us move to the different classifications such as chemical classification. The crude drugs are divided into different groups according to the chemical nature of their most important constituent, and the pharmacological activity and therapeutic significance of crude chemical classification of drugs is dependent upon the grouping of drugs with identical constituents. For example, now we'll have the different chemical constituents such as carbohydrates, glycosides, tannins, volatile oil, lipids, resins and alkaloids. First, let us begin with the carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones which contains the unbroken chain of carbon atoms. For example, gums such as acacia and tragacanth, mucilages such as platago seeds and others such as starch, honey, agar, pectin and cotton. Glycosides. Glycosides are the compounds which upon hydrolysis gives rise to one or more sugars, glycon, and non-sugars are called as aglycon. And we have different glycosides such as anthraquinone glycosides. Examples are senna, aloe, cascara, rhubarb, etc. Next class we have a saponin glycosides which are quelea, glycyrrhiza. Then we have cyanophore glycosides. Example are wild cherry bark. Then we have isothiocyanate glycosides such as mustard. Next we have cardiac glycosides such as digitalis and strophanthus. And next we have the bitter glycosides, gentian, calumbia and quassia. Many a times in the competitive exam they have asked these examples For example, senna belongs to which type of glycosides, and when we define as glycoside, which part refers to the glycon and which part refers to the aglycon, such as sugar and non-sugar. Next, we have the classes tannins. These are the complex organic non-nitrogenous derivatives of polyhydroxybenzoic acid. For examples, we have pale catechu, black catechu, ashoka bar, and amla. Next class, we have the volatile oil, such as the sesquiterpenes, then monoterpenes. We have different terpenes with their example, such as cinnamon, fennel, dill, caraway, coriander, cardamom, orange peel, mint, clove, and valerian. The further classes will be like explaining the detail which class it belongs. Next, we have the lipids such as fixed oil, or castor, olive, almond, shark oil. Fats we have such as theobroma, lanolin waxes such as bee waxes. Next, we have the resins, which compounds includes like resinol, resinic acid, resins. For example, colophony, podophyllum, cannabis. Then we have the most important class. It can be called like alkaloids, which is like usually they are the nitrogenous substance in the basic in nature, and it has different classification as well. For example, the pyridine and piperidine such as loblia. Then we have isopyridine such as opium, ipac. Then we have indole class, which is the ergot and davolfia. Amines such as ephedra, and purine, which includes the tea and coffee. Then protein we have gelatin and peptine. Next, we are going to see the alphabetical classification, where from A to Z we have the different drugs. For example, when it comes to the letter A, it's acacia, agar, alpha, aconite root, aloes, artemisia, and different drugs. From letter B, we have beeswax, bromelain enzyme, then beetroot, belladonna leaf, bitter almond, and benzoin. From C, we have the chalmugra oil, which we have seen for the anti-leprotic drug. We have castor oil, casein, carrot, clove, cinnamon, fennel, coriander, catechu. From D, we have the all the cardiotonic drugs such as digitalis, then diascora. E, we have ephedra, F, flaxseeds, G, gelatin, ginger, google, gentian. H, we have honey, hemp. Then we have different I, J, K, element, OP, different alphabetical order. We have the different drug example, which we need to remember. Following, we have the morphological classification. All crude drugs are arranged according to the external characters of the plant or animal plants. For example, which includes the leaves, roots, stems, flowers from plants. This class of drug is further classified as organized and unorganized drugs. The organized drugs are obtained from the cellular tissue and dried parts of the plant such as rhizomes, barks, leaves, fruits, and enter plants, hairs, fibers, etc. The plant drugs are prepared by some intermediate physical processes such as incision, drying, or extraction with a solvent, and some do not contain any cellular plant tissues, which are known as unorganized drugs, which include like we have different examples such as aloe juice, opium latex, agar, gelatin, tragagan, benzoin, lemongrass oil, etc. In further classes, we'll be discussing the different topic. Stay tuned for the upcoming videos, and if at all any doubt is there, please do comment and like and share the video. Thank you.